Hey guys, I'll be setting things up, so just bear with me. Let's be honest, it would help if the taskbar wasn't locked, where I can actually scroll over and actually get to where I need to get to. There's one problem with Windows, I think it's Windows 8 that, yeah, that's one problem with Windows 8, like the toolbar just doesn't disappear sometimes, and it's just like, well, the taskbar or whatever it is. And it's just stuck here, and I can't really get to like the chat or anything at this point until I can like scroll to the left. Don't know why it does this. It's Microsoft again, being a bunch of assholes. It's like you have to have the taskbar locked. Hang on, I can move it to the other side, I guess. Also hide the taskbar. Right, I've turned that off. Let's see if I can turn it back on. Right, auto hide, come on. Auto hide please. Nope, it's not going to do it, is it? Right, if I lock the taskbar, it's just going to say they're locked, isn't it? Yeah. So I'm going to have to... Right. I'll put it at the top then. That way I can actually scroll to the left. What the hell? What's going on now? Now I can't even see my tab. Great. I'll have to put it to the left then. Yeah, I accidentally pressed F12. I don't know how I did, but I did. Right, let me get my... It should say view on watch page. There we go. They put it in the worst possible position ever. Why they do that, I have no idea. Right, now I'm gonna put the taskbar back where it was. And I think I'm just gonna test. Put the taskbar back where it was. Yeah, I think we can get going. Let's get going. So yeah, I'm gonna continue playing some Need for Speed Carbon. Like I left off after customizing this car. It's a Plymouth. So yeah, and we just took over all the other territories except this one apparently. But I guess I could retake that just to start things off, so yeah. Yeah, the game gets a lot harder at this point, as you end up fighting, like, well, racing a lot of, like, well, like, as you can see, there's a Corvette there. Those things are a pain in the ass, and you're about to see why. Like, you've already seen why. Look how they, like, charge past me at, like, ridiculously high speeds. But yeah, I'm driving a muscle car now, and they handle, like, ass. And believe it or not, what he's driving is also a muscle car as well. But his muscle car is just ridiculously good. Plus, my muscle car doesn't have nitrous. So, yeah, this is going to be a pain in the ass to catch up to this guy. It is possible, but it's extremely hard to catch up to a Corvette. I'm going to see if I can find a shortcut somewhere. Nope. So yeah, getting rid of that guy is going to be a pain in the ass. Whoops, didn't corner there. Yeah, just getting back into the swing of things, but yeah, this is going to be rough because I'm up against the Corvette and they are not fun to race against. They are not. Yeah, we're not going to win this. I'm going to have to get lucky and try and beat him at the start, because otherwise he's just going to pass me straight away. Mainly because I don't have nitrous, but look at this guy. Yeah, I managed to knock him back. Oh, he's passed me again. Like, once they pass you, that's it. Getting past these things is insane. Like, it's near impossible to do. At least when you're driving what I'm driving, because it's like, it's just no contest. His car is just better. It just is. And that's just because of how the AI control it. Like, the AI can control it like a god. Hang on, I'm actually no, he can just outspeed me. It's that simple. Actually, maybe... Oh, I managed to pass him there, but yeah, it was because of a really awkward corner. But yeah, this guy is a pain in the ass. But it's just like Corvettes. The moment that enemies decide to drive a Corvette, that's where the game just... the difficulty starts to rise to, like, ridiculous levels. Because they can just handle it perfectly. Whereas you have to basically pray that you can get past it. You have to, like, pray that you can make the corners in a muscle car. But they don't. They can just make the corners easy. Like, it doesn't cost... like, the AI, like, don't lose speed on corners at all. And that's what makes it so hard to beat them. I mean, maybe if I had nitrous, I'd have a good chance of beating them, but at this point it's just not possible by the looks of it, because Corvettes are just so good in this game. Well, that's the thing, like, if I could find a shortcut, it'd probably be a little bit easier, but I can't at the moment, so yeah. Like, these guys are just so freaking fast. It's insane. Like, getting past the Dodge Charger is one thing, but getting past the Corvette is another. And I would have to be in an inferior muscle car to race it in. So yeah, this is going to be a bit intense. That was a nice pass, but he's just going to pass me straight away. See? Like, he's just got a faster car, it's that simple. Yeah, I'm trying to block him in, but it's just not working. I just don't think that we can win this unless I have nitrous. It's just not going to work. I'll probably have to save this race for another time and let them keep this territory for a while, because it's just... if I'm up against muscle cars, then yeah, there's just nothing I can do here. I'll quit to free roam. No, I'm not going to. Yeah, well, that's the way it is. Let's just do some events here, because this way I can race up against, like, some different cars that aren't Corvettes, and you'll realise that it makes a big difference when you're not racing a Corvette, because those things just destroy you. Right, this should be more possible now. I need to get more nitrous and stuff before I can race up against a Corvette. It's just not happening unless I get some nitrous. But yeah, as you can see, now I can do pretty well. And I'm not up against a Corvette. That's a sharp corner. And sharp corners are not this car's best friend, that's for certain. Because it's a muscle car, and muscle cars handle like shit. And sadly, this isn't the fastest muscle car. It is fast though, it is. Like, but not against the Corvette. Like, I wouldn't say the cars in this game are the most balanced, to be honest. Like, I mean, I'd say some of the tuners and the exotics maybe, but like some of the muscle cars, like they just get outclassed by other muscle cars, and I think the problem is, like, it wouldn't be such a problem if the enemy didn't handle them so well. Like, if the AI like had to handle the muscle cars like I do, then it probably would be more fair and feel more balanced. But because the AI don't handle the vehicles like I do, it just makes it a bit, yeah, it makes it feel imbalanced. Even though it's technically not, because if you drive a Corvette, it's going to, like, this handles better than a Corvette, I'm going to tell you that for one. Like, it definitely does. Like, I think the handling in this car is just right. Like, it's not too overbearing, but if you drive a Corvette, it handles like shit. It really does. So, this gets a good balance of handling and, like, speed and stuff, but the thing is that, oh god, this guy's wanting to wrestle. Car wrestling, that's what that is. Now, if that was Need for Speed Underground 2, then I would have probably ended up, like, fishtailing him. But yeah, like, I've not really drove this car before. I mean, like, I've played this game so many times though, but I haven't really driven this car. Like, this is a car that I haven't bothered to drive. Oh, great. Last minute, and he passes me. And it's all on the straight, so he has an advantage. Great. This is a wonderful start. Yeah, this is definitely where the game's difficulty takes, like, it starts to go up a lot. I need to get used to this car, because, as I say, I've not really driven it before. I've driven other muscle cars, but not this one. Like, usually what I have is the Dodge Charger RT at this point. Which is kind of funny, because this is, like, kind of better than the RT, in a way, but, to me it just feels the same, really. To be perfectly honest with you, it really does. Maybe a little faster, because I am ahead, but, yeah, it gives you a little bit more of an advantage than the RT does, but really it's the same thing, really, in, like, how it handles and stuff. Like, just, like, a little bit easier than the Dodge Charger. That's kind of how it feels, and by that I mean the RT, not the other Dodge Charger, which is, oh no, not the Dodge Charger, the Dodge Challenger. That's it, I get confused all the time. But yeah, the Dodge Challenger is another car that you get at Tier 3, and that car's actually pretty good. Oops, that was a pretty tough corner. As you can see, muscle cars are pretty difficult to control, especially when you're using a steering wheel to control them, or like the Wii remote. But they are fun to drive with because of that. But yeah, you have to use the brakes a lot and stuff, but the AI never do. Like, if you want to drive smooth and in a muscle car, it's just not gonna... Whoa, whoa! He just passed me like crazy. You're not having nitrous really does suck on this car. It really does. It's like, I have good acceleration, but is that enough to beat this one? Like, this car? I don't know. Because at the same time, when I'm cornering, I lose a lot of speed. And that's the problem with muscle cars. Like, they accelerate, like, really quickly when you've, like, taken the corner. Like, after you've taken the corner. But when you're taking a corner, you lose so much speed, and it's just, yeah. We're not going to win this, are we? No. This ain't going well at all. Yep, that's kind of the gist of it. But I think the problem is that I'm driving a car that I've never driven before in this game. And at the same time, like, I don't have nitrous at the moment, so it's going to be rough. But yeah, how's it going, Wind Waker? Yeah, like, this car, for what you get out of it, I would say that it's not brilliant. I mean, it's better than the Shelby GT500. Now that car is probably the worst tier 3 car for the simple fact that it handles like shit and you get like no speed. This is like a little bit better. It's slightly better than the Dodge Charger RT in my book. That's kind of how it feels, but not by much. Like, I could drive the Dodge Charger RT and it'd be the same thing. That's kind of how it works, so yeah, there's really not much difference at all. But yeah, that guy in his Ford GT is pretty fast, not gonna lie. But yeah, I don't usually drive the Plymouth Hemi-Cuda because it's just like, there's better muscle cars, and I just thought, what's the point in driving this? Especially considering the fact that usually I have the Dodge Charger RT. It's like, why bother buying this? Like, when I have the Dodge Charger, there's just no point because it's more or less the same thing, just slightly better. Like, you can easily win in a Dodge Charger like what you can win in this, pretty much. That's kind of how it seems. But yeah, this guy just likes to pass me on that bit, and I don't know why, but does. As for rubber banding, like, I don't think this game's half as bad for it as the other Need for Speed games, because, like, in this game, if you're driving a really good car and you're up against a really shitty car, you're just gonna fly past them and they'll have no chance. But if they're in a really good car like a Corvette, or as it seems a Ford GT at the moment, then yeah, they're gonna pass you. And I think that car just has the edge over me, to be honest. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. I'm gonna try a different race that's easier, because this car doesn't seem to have any speed. It's just not fast enough to catch up. Considering the fact that it's slow, I need a different event that's actually fast, like, where I can actually pass them at the slow speed that I'm at without nitrous, so I can get nitrous as fast as possible. That's kind of how I need to play. But yeah, this bit, when you start off in, like, the last territory, is always difficult. And since I started off with not a good muscle car, yeah, it's a bit difficult. I remember when I recorded an old walkthrough of this game a long time back, that, because it was just like me, just non-commentary, just me playing the game and stuff, and like, I had the Dodge Charger RT and I was getting destroyed at this point. And it's mainly because, like, it skips straight to tier 3, and they all have upgrades, you don't. You have to unlock them all. So yeah, it starts off really difficult. And it also ends really difficult as well, because the final boss of this game's an absolute bitch to do. I'll probably have to buy another car just to race him, because he's a pain in the ass. And I might not even beat him anyways, so yeah. Yeah, if you notice now I'm ahead because I'm not up against, like, really good cars. Yeah, maybe this is what I needed, a race like this. But yeah, this isn't probably the best car to use, like, I wouldn't say so. It's okay, like, it is, and it's not a bad car, but it's just nothing amazing. Like, it's not like the Shelby GT500, like I said. It's not absolute garbage. It's got some good aspects to it, like, it's fast enough to catch up, if you know what I mean. But this cornering, as I say, like, I mean, all muscle cars have this cornering, but I just think that the payoff just isn't worth it for me. Like, maybe for someone else, but just not me. Like, I need more speed, I need more acceleration to pull me out of all the speed that's lost on the corners. I mean, it's cool to drive these cars, but like the lower end muscle cars are a bit of a pain because of the lack of acceleration that they give you. I mean, I was driving tuners until this, so yeah, it's a big change. I mean, tuners, they just basically easy to handle and stuff, but these, yeah, not easy. But like, it's only going at like 130, and that's not brilliant. It really isn't. Like, considering the fact that when I was using the Alpha Brera in the walkthrough that I did, and I could get to like 150, and yet I struggled to get 150 in this, that's pretty bad. But that's just the way it is, really. I suppose I can get to 170 in this, but only on the long straight, which there aren't many of. So, yeah. But I can at least keep up to some degree. It's not a terrible car. There are worse. Like, I just think that it would have been easier if I got a different car for this. But yeah, we did it that time. Right, what have we unlocked first? Brakes and suspension, that's... Though that might seem like it would help, what I really need is nitrous. That sprint looks pretty nasty. I mean, nitrous requires that sprint as well. Speed trap, that won't be any good. Yeah, I need to get the nitrous upgrade, so I'm going to just do this sprint. It's not going to be fun, I can tell you that for one. It's going to be a pain in the neck. But I can try it. But yeah, it's more than just being difficult to control. Even if you do control them, the speed you lose on corners with muscle cars is tremendous. Like, you can be driving at ridiculously high speeds 1 minute, and then you're like, no, like, miles per hour at all. And that's why this car's probably not the best to do a canyon sprint in. Although I did pass them, mainly because we're not on the hard corners yet. This probably isn't the best car to stream with, to be honest. Like, it requires a lot of concentration to drive this. Got a nice straight here though. Oops. Shit. For some reason the AI seem to really suck at these canyon sprints, I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm in the muscle car and I'm going really fast at this point, but that's going to change in a bit. Yeah, it's going to change right now, actually. Oops. Yeah, I need to actually not hit it too soon. Because cornering isn't this car's specialty. Not really. I mean, it depends on what muscle car you get. If you're getting something like Dodge Challenger and up, then it's really good to like use those cars, but otherwise you're gonna have a hard time, because especially with the Shelby, like, that's a masochist car, that's a challenge car. If you want to like have a challenge, that's the car you pick for Tier 3, because it's ridiculously hard to use. I would argue that the Shelby is probably, it's not much better than the RT at all. Like, it's really, there's basically no difference. Like, you feel gimped regardless, but you're able to do it, and that's kind of how you feel when you're in the Dodge Charger RT. It's like, you feel gimped, but it's possible. Whereas this car's kind of like, it's possible to do it in this car, but like, I don't want to do the entire game in this car. Let's put it that way. It'd be a bit of a hassle. Especially considering the fact that I'm streaming and I don't really want to handle this car all the time and I'm trying to stream. Oh, and he passes me right at the last minute. Maybe Rubber Band AI does exist after all in this game. Yeah, I think it might do. I don't know how you can get that unlucky. I honestly don't. So I'm gonna try that again. It's like he just passed me right at the end. Yeah, this car is definitely one of the... It's not one that I want to stick with. I want to get shut of this one as fast as possible because it's just not... Like, if I wasn't streaming, I'd probably stick with it and see how well I do. But considering the fact that I'm streaming, it's just... It's not going to be really easy to drive this car. Considering the fact that it handles like butter, so... I need to get a new car. Fortunately, there's a lot of cars on offer at Tier 3. At least I can say I've driven it, and yeah, it's okay, but it's nothing special. Like, considering, as I say, the speed that you lose on corners. Like, look at this. This is the speed I lose on corners, like 20 miles per hour. Like, I guess when you pull out of the corner, you get a lot more speed. So it's a lot better at that point, but yeah, it's the speed you lose, and it does cost you, as was proven in the last try of this race. Like, that Lambo passed me because, like, I lost so much speed on that corner. Like, if I didn't lose so much speed on the corner, it wouldn't have been so bad, but I did. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love muscle cars, like, driving them in this game, but they're just not the best to record with, let's put it that way. Because they require so much concentration. And when you're not getting much speed out of it either, it's just a bit, like, it feels pointless. Yeah, that Lambo's really catching up now, isn't it? Yeah, I have to be reckless there, otherwise he'll pass me. Because he's coming. He's on his way. Thank God for the rear view mirror. Yeah, that's how I like to race people in this game, like, use the rear view mirror to just block them. That's probably the best thing you can do, especially if you're in a car like this. But it's finally got nitrous, it's about damn time. Now that's a pretty decent car. If I had that car, it wouldn't have been half as bad. But I've used that car before. Maybe I could make this car better. Like, with these upgrades, maybe it's possible. Actually, it depends on what upgrades they are. I'm not going to get, like... No, it's only street package. I'm not going to bother with that. I want to get straight to pro package. Right, so... That sprint was insane. I guess I'll do a checkpoint. Because... Well, the only reason why I have this car is it was the first thing that I had access to. I guess I could stick with this car, but it's not going to be easy. Like, considering the fact that its handling isn't the best. Whoops. Well, as you can see. Right, if I can tune it, then maybe it could actually work, but I need to tune it. God, the amount of speed that it loses on these corners is tremendous. Because that's another thing that you have to take into account when you're driving these things. Like, it's not just, like, you could be, like, as good a driver as you want, but you're going to lose speed on corners. Like, it's going to happen. Like if it was on a straight, then that's different. Like you can gain a lot of speed very quickly. But on the corner, yeah, you're gonna lose it. Actually, that got me thinking. Maybe I could use this car in the canyon. See if I can overtake some people. That might actually be a good idea. See if I can get their car or something. Yeah, that might be a better idea here. Considering how difficult it is to do like the regular races, it might actually be easier to just overtake them in the canyon in this thing. I want to see if it can, because I know that you can overtake people easily in the canyon with certain muscle cars. Well, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the whole drifting aspect of this car. That's what I like about it, like the fact that you're constantly drifting around. But it's difficult when you're in a race and you just have to slow down to like take the corner and stuff. But yeah, they're like crazy at these things. It's like as I say, like driving a Dodge Viper in this game is like it's like riding a bull. That's how it feels. Like you go really fast, but it handles really like crappy. So I wonder what we get for this. Oh, a Subaru. I'm almost tempted to get that. Screw it, I'm not going to even bother with that territory. It's like, I did this one pretty easily. And that's where I got the Plymouth Hemi-Cuda from. But after I got the Plymouth, it's just kind of like gotten more difficult. I could do this if I get like tier 3 turbo. That might actually give me an edge. Uh-oh, that's a bad sign. Yep, I think they've got a Corvette. Yep, he is. I'm going to take this shortcut, see if it makes a difference. Nope, he can still outspeed me in his Corvette. Let's hit this shortcut then, see if that makes a difference. Nope, it's not going to make a difference considering the fact that there's a corner right after it. It could have him blocking. And he fucks it up. Oh. Great, that went well. Yeah, look at how far ahead he is. Yeah, he's catching up to this guy's going to be impossible in this car. It's just going to be. It's like the Corvettes in this game are just ridiculously good. It doesn't matter what car you're driving. If you're up against a Corvette, even if you are in a Corvette, you're going to have a hard time because they will handle round corners perfectly. And you can't because you're in a muscle car and yeah, the handling is... Like, the handling of the car that this guy in front is driving is terrible. It is. But, as you can see, the AI can handle it, like, easily. That wasn't really much of a shortcut, was it? No, it wasn't. Now I'm in last place. Yeah, I can safely say that this is a loss. This ain't gonna work. I need to get a better car than this. This car just ain't gonna work. It's not enough to beat a Corvette. So I'm gonna have to go to the car lot and buy something else. And then I'll just sell it because Like, I drive Subaru all the time. That's the only problem. Like, I wanted to try something different, but I could go with the Subaru. Like, it's a lot easier to drive than this. Believe me, like, this car is just ridiculous. Like, look at the difference in handling. Big freaking difference, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. I suppose I can just get lucky and see if I can actually beat beat other races until I get to the Corvette race. Try the Canyon races first. That's what I'll try and do. And then I'll probably just switch out for a different car. I'm sure it's possible, but while I'm streaming, I don't want to be doing shit like this. Right, so there's a Lambo. That's a checkpoint. Let's see if I can do this one. This might be possible, because I haven't actually driven the Lancer either. Now that's another car that I haven't actually driven, believe it or not. Like, I just never bothered with it. So if I can unlock this car, it might actually give me a little bit of an edge. But yeah. Passing this guy might be possible, but it's going to be a pain in the ass, isn't it? Yeah, this is not going to be easy to pass this guy in this car. If it had a little bit more speed, I could probably do it, but... well, I guess I'll see. Yeah, put simply, I don't recommend the Plymouth Hemi Cuda, I don't. It's not a car that I recommend in this game. Unless you're looking for a challenge. Yeah, that sums it up. That sums this car up right there. That sums up how hard this car is to control. Like, even when you're holding the stick and like the Wii remote to like the far right, it's just not enough to stop it from sliding. So yeah, this is just going to be a push and pull, isn't it? And his car is pretty decent. It is, like, for a tuner, I'd say he's probably got the best one. Like, in terms of speed, at least. Like, yeah, that's probably the fastest tuner in the game that he's got, so... passing him is not going to be easy. I'm just basing it off the stats, I guess, but still. This will probably be the first time I don't pass someone in the canyon. And it is. Right, let's see if I can make up for that failure. All I really need to do is drive pretty well, and that's it, really. Which is easier said than done when you're trying to drive this thing. In fact, I'd argue that it's probably better to hit the walls than to actually slow down and just corner at times. Because that's how much this game, like, this car loses speed. When it corners, it's ridiculous. Yeah, I'm losing tons and tons of points doing this. This car is literally, it feels embarrassing to drive. It's like, I mean, if I was driving something faster, then yeah, I could have overtaken that guy very easily, like, without any effort, but because I'm driving a slow muscle car, yeah, this is just going to be a very hard race, isn't it? Yeah, I probably won't ever be picking the Plymouth Hemi Cuda again. That's one thing I definitely won't be doing. This is definitely a car for masochists. It is. And if this car isn't good enough for you, then pick the Shelby. That is a masochist car. What I could do is let him hit me for points. Yeah. That went well, didn't it? But it worked. Yeah, sometimes you just need to do a few cheeky little tricks like that. But yeah. I think I'm done with this car. This car just, it's crap. At least for streaming. I'm sure that it can actually win races, but, and it can, but it's just, like, it's not the best. Yep. I'm just gonna go straight to the car lot. I'm gonna buy that Lancer because I haven't driven that already, so yeah. But yeah, I don't recommend driving that car if you are new to the game. Let's put it that way. I mean, maybe one day I'll give it another try, but like, not right now. Like, I usually like to drive the Subaru over this. This looks a bit too good. Like, I like the Subaru a lot. I do. But I haven't driven this car, so I guess I'll pick this car for the rest of it, pretty much. This should be a lot easier, considering the fact that, well, it handles easily. Hey, how's it going, Bogdan Moose? Yeah, this feels so much better than the Plymouth. Like, just easy corner. Like, you can just straighten yourself out so easily with it. Right, now I can get back to what I was doing and actually go to get some races done. Yeah, I should be able to do this. Shouldn't be too difficult in this car. Unless I'm up against another Corvette, in which case it's going to be a bit difficult, but... yeah, this car's so much better than the Plymouth already. That handling. It's not the best handling for a tuner, but it's smoother than the freaking... like, it makes... it's like a big difference when you go from a Plymouth Hemi Cuda to this. Big difference. It's like, well, I can actually go at decent speed without constantly slowing down every corner. Like, I only lost like 10 miles per hour there on that little bit. I would have lost like 50 if I was driving that Plymouth. Or at least like 30 or like 35. But yeah, this is probably one of the better cars for people who are terrible at racing games to pick, if you ask me, because it, like, either this or the Subaru, because, oops, that was a pretty difficult corner though, because it just handles so well. Now I just need to get past this prick. So I can just use this little shortcut here. Yeah, like, this feels more like a good car to stream with, definitely. than the Plymouth. Like, Plymouth is definitely a car for people who want a challenge. Because it feels like I'm driving, as I say, the Dodge Charger RT in Tier 3. Like, I can't... Like, it's difficult to tell the difference. Although it feels slightly better. It's not like the Shelby. Yeah, he's trying to get in my way. Yeah, so much easier driving this car. So much easier. Now we just have to... Oh, that was an odd place to start me out. Like, while I was drifting. Now I just need to get away from the cops. Yeah, I really should gotten rid of those pursuit breaker things that show where the pursuit breakers hit. I don't really need to see that. But yeah, I do like the look of Silverton, I will say that. Like, it looks pretty cool. It's a bit like South Market in Need for Speed Underground 2. A bit. Yeah, you see why I'm not too keen on the whole, like, camera, because it puts you, like, where you're driving into a wall and stuff. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, the cops are a bit stupid in this game. Oh. Well, actually, no, the cops aren't really that stupid in this game. Like, compared to other Need for Speed games, believe me. Yeah, I think what I'll do one time is I'll probably do a playthrough of this game with some of the really hardest cars to drive. See how well I do. And I won't even pick the Plymouth for that one, I'll pick the Shelby. Because that car is probably the hardest car to use in Tier 3. This looks pretty bad, considering what's in front of us. Yep. We've got the best cars in the game right here, right in front of us. Granted, I think the Lancer can probably hold its own against them to some degree. But I'm not sure, like, theoretically speaking, yeah, but I'm not really sure. As you can see, look at how fast they are. Their handling's as smooth as mine, and yet when I handle their cars, they slide so much. But yeah, like, that's usually the car that I pick in this game when I'm usually playing. Like, I usually pick the Dodge Viper because that car is really fun to drive and it's really fast, as you can see. I mean, the Corvette is what a lot of people would probably go for, but I just think the Corvette, like, I just prefer the Dodge Viper because it has more acceleration than the Corvette, but it has worse handling. But I don't think that's that big of a problem when you're in a canyon and you need to overtake people, because nothing's better at overtaking people than the Dodge Viper. Like, at least on the straight, as you can see, like, he's just dominating me because he's on the straight at the moment. That's all going to change in a minute. Once I get the opportunity, I'll take him out. thanks for that. Yeah, it would have gone so much better if I didn't smash into him. Whoa, this is close as this. Yeah, he just wins by an edge. But that's not surprising considering it is the Dodge Viper. Very difficult to beat those cars. Very difficult. No matter what you're driving, because those cars are really good. Particularly the Viper, like, that's probably my favourite car in the game. And for good reason. Because it's fucking fast. But the AI can handle them like gods, so yeah. This should be possible. Just need to actually get some... not crash into him on that shortcut, that's what I need to do, but... yeah, I buggered up there. It would have been nice if I knocked him off balance when I hit him, but no. Still didn't really have any impact on him whatsoever. But yeah, that's what you want to do in tuners, really. Shortcuts and nitrous are your friend. Because they're not the fastest. Whereas when you're in a, like, muscle car, it's all about... you want to get nitrous while you're out of a corner just to get that extra speed out, I suppose. That's what you use it for. But other than that, like if you're going to tune a car, like, if you're going to tune a tuner, then it's probably better to, like, maybe have a bit more duration on the nitrous. Because it really does help, considering the fact that you need that little bit of extra speed a lot of the time, and you probably want to, like, tap it a lot. Whereas on a muscle car you want, like, velocity over duration, because you want that big speed boost when you get out of the corner. But yeah, we're actually dominating them this time. Yeah, doing a lot better this time around. It certainly helps when you're not behind them. Because you can, like... all you need to do is basically not fuck up at that point. Yeah, it's over now. Right. That's that one done, so I don't have to deal with that anymore. Let's get rid of this guy. Let's see how good this car's in the canyon. He's in a Lambo, so he'll have more acceleration and speed than I do at the start, but when it comes to cornering, we'll see. Yeah, I can more or less just handbrake around these corners. Well, I think he would need to brake. I might pass him actually, if I get lucky. Nice. Yeah, you stay behind me. Yeah, you can't do this in a freaking... you can't do that in a Plymouth. It's not possible. Well, it might be possible, but not as good as that, let's put it that way. Right. I guess I could race this canyon race. Might as well do all the canyon races. But yeah, this car is actually pretty good. Like, it really is. I'm not surprised that, like, as I say, people like to use this car a lot. And this is the first time I've used it as well, so yeah. I mean, still out of personal preference, I'd prefer to use the Subaru, but I still like this car. It's still good enough. It's still, well, actually, no, it's more than good enough. It's actually pretty awesome to drive, to be honest. Like, it's just fast enough to make it viable, you know what I mean? Like, it's fast enough to make it, like, compete with the muscle cars, but at the same time, it can handle really well. Like, if you're looking for pure speed, this is probably not the car for you, but if you're looking for pure speed, but also really good handling, then yeah, it pretty much is the best. Whoa, that was close. You got very close there. Yeah, I'm trying to get on the inside bit. Yeah, the Dodge Challenger is a pretty good car, I'm not gonna lie. It really is. Oops. Whoops. Trying to see if I can overtake again. That's what I'm trying to do. But that was a rough corner. Yeah, I almost overtook, but yeah, seems that just got past me at the last minute. But yeah, we can win this. It shouldn't be too hard. I'm just going to concentrate for a little bit. Oops. There we go. Here come the hairpins. Whoa. I don't think so. You can give me a quick... Whoa, you pushed me off the edge! Now that was foul play if I've ever seen it. That was foul play. Well, that went well. Yeah, I've never been pushed off the edge before by the AI. The sort of thing is, like, right after I had gone off the edge, they'd have gone off the edge right afterwards, but unfortunately I was right in front. Yeah, I'm definitely not having the most luck in this part of the game at this point. God, that speed. There's some serious speed in this fucking car. And on the inside corner as well, just to make sure that I didn't overtake. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a pain as this, considering the fact that I can't get inside. If I could go, like, further inside on the corner, I probably could overtake, but that's not happening apparently. Yeah, she's basically stopping me from getting past, that's what's going on. This time, let's not fall off the cliff because I got pushed off. Let's try not to get pushed off the cliff. Which is easier said than done. Doing pretty well so far. Can't even catch me. So I lost basically no points on that stretch. Yeah, trying to block me and knock me around, that's kind of what this bitch is trying to do at the moment. Yeah, you fall off the cliff. Oh great, this ain't gonna work. Come on, there we go. Yeah, this is a pretty rough one. I should have really known that I was getting into something like this when I went against the muscle car. It's gonna be a wrestling match as this one, isn't it? Pretty much. Yeah, we should do this. Like, considering the fact that I got a lot of bonus points from all the times that she smashed into me. But yeah, I usually don't have a hard time with these canyon races at all. Like, usually what I do is I just get the Viper and I just pass them right at the start. This should be easy, considering the fact that I'm in a Lancer and, like, very smooth corners. I can't see any potential issues coming up. Unfortunately though, they have a Corvette, which makes this very hard already, so yeah. Oh, and just look who just passed us, yep. Corvette. Did I tell you guys that I absolutely despise Corvettes? because I really do. At least this car has a better chance against one than the freaking Plymouth Any-Cuda, though. Like, that car was absolute garbage compared to this. Like, really, what this game needs is a tier list for cars. That's what this game needs. Because it's a bit like fighting games, like how the balancing in fighting games isn't perfect because there's just so many different characters. It's like the same thing with this game because so many different cars. And while it's not impossible to win with, like, low tier cars, you could say, like, it's a lot more difficult to win. And I'd say this is probably one of the higher tier cars if that was the case, but like the Plymouth would probably be one of the lower tier cars, considering the fact that you really need to know what you're doing when you're driving them. I could probably do this in the Plymouth this race. Well, actually, no, I'm up against a Corvette, aren't I? Yeah. No, not a chance. But yeah, with this car, yeah, it seems to be doing pretty well, considering who I'm up against. Drives nice and smooth, even though I could be handling it a bit better, but oh well, like. It's definitely a good car, is this one. I can definitely say that. But yeah, like, I think this is a good opportunity to talk about what I've been doing recently, I guess. So, yeah, I got my Chaos Legion review finished. That's been done now. It was a pain in the neck, but I managed to get all the images. Although the images aren't perfect, they're as good as you're gonna get, so, yeah. And that's probably all I'm gonna do for a while. Now that I've done that, probably gonna take a little break. Well, I'm gonna need to. So, yeah, won't be any content for quite a bit. But yeah, I was taking a break anyways, but I just thought, you know, I might as well finish the review now, so I did. So, it was just a little extra, was that review. Pretty much. So, yeah, that's all said and done. Yeah, this car feels like, the one caveat of this car, well, the one problem with it, is the fact that it's a bit boring. It's like, at least in my opinion, like, it's not got the thrill of the Dodge Viper. Like, it just feels very straightforward and bland, but at the end of the day I'm streaming, so it's the perfect car for me to use right now. I don't really need to upgrade it or anything like that, by the looks of it. Although, I might need to do that. Actually, no, do I really need... Actually, yeah, I will. Oh, thanks for pushing me into the wall there, dude. Yeah, I could have taken that shortcut, but... yeah, this bit isn't too bad anyways. You can build up speed on this bit anyways. Yeah, as you can see. What I do like about Silverton is there's a lot of open roads, so... and there's some pretty nice straights as well, compared to, like, other areas in the game. Like, there's corners, of course, but there's some nice straights which you can take advantage of as well, so yeah. And if you're in a car like the Dodge Viper or Lambo, you need all the straights you can get. But in a car like this, it's all about these corners. That's what this car's all about. Yeah, I'm gonna take this route because, yeah, it's just a lot easier for me to get through that shortcut. Like, I wouldn't use this car for drifting though. Yeah, can you get out of the way, please? Yeah, the AI can be a bit, like, the AI helpers can be a bit annoying. But yeah, like I said, this game is a short one. Like, there's not really much to it. It's very short, and it's over before you know it, pretty much. And that's why I thought I'd do part 2. I'd finish it off. It's certainly not been my best run of this game, I can definitely say that. Like, it's been a pretty shitty one, to be honest. Considering the fact that I was using the Plymouth, yeah, that didn't help. Although I will say one thing, I did manage to beat all the first 3 bosses pretty easily, so... oh, thanks for that. Yeah, I managed to overtake them, but then I got to this bit, and yeah, this bit kicked my ass, but I kinda saw that coming, because this bit, like, the difficulty goes up for this bit. Yeah, we should be able to destroy these guys with shortcuts. But yeah, other things I've been doing as well, like, I got a bit burnt out of the games I've been playing recently, like, probably because, and this is the thing, like, I've been playing, I just finished, recently finished, not just finished, but recently finished Castlevania Symphony of the Night. And that game was awesome. Now, then I played Suikoden, and Suikoden was boring as shit. Like, I don't know why people like that game. Well, I mean, yeah, a lot of people like the second game more, but, like, Suikoden 1, my god. Like, it's just so hard going. Like, I just can't get into it at all. Like, and there's a few issues that the game has that really rub me the wrong way. But other than that, the other game I've been playing is Red Dead Redemption, and yeah, that game, it's okay. It's nothing amazing, but it's started to overstay its welcome a little bit now. Whoops. And yeah, because of that, I just got a bit bored of playing Red Dead Redemption, and I wanted something different, so I went to the store recently and I picked up Castlevania Lord of Shadow Mirror of Fate, and I've been playing that as well recently, and it's pretty decent. Like, it fills the gap, let's put it that way. So yeah, I've been... Whoa, where's he going? He looks lost, does Neville. But yeah, I've had a bit of a Castlevania, like, been wanting to play a lot of Castlevania recently. Especially after playing Castlevania 4 and Symphony of the Night, and I want to play Castlevania Lords of Shadow Mirror of Fate, which... the game... like, the series has always interested me to some degree, but ooh, that car is tempting to get. It really is tempting for me to get that car, but I probably won't get it. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can... It's all, like, either checkpoints or speed traps now. Maybe this would be a good time to upgrade my car. At least finish the game in it. I don't think I'll add any vinyls to this one though. I'll just get the performance bits that I need. Not really what I wanted. Nope. I need to get... There we go. Just a little bit more speed on there. Not going to bother with brakes for this bit. Let's give it a bit more drift. Screw it. Make it a little bit more exciting. Let's give it some velocity. Like, if you're doing a tuner, it's probably better to do a bit of horsepower. Yeah, that should do. I guess I could do a bit of, like, customization. What looks the best on this car? Yes, I think this looks the best. Yeah, that looks alright. Bit up there, here we go. Yeah, I can do with that. And yeah, we've got this bit. Maybe not too much. Yeah, bring this down a little bit. And this thickens it a bit. There we go. We've got stag, we've got sweeper, shadow. I'll go with shadow. There we go. Not sure what that is, but looks alright. Yeah, that'll do. Right, what have we got here? This looks interesting. Yeah, I might actually want to move this down a little bit. Yeah, don't want it to look too extravagant. Yeah, that looks alright. I do like how you have the freedom of making it as extravagant as you want, but at the same time, I'm not going to bother with one of those. At the same time, you can, like, make it look a bit like how you want it. What have we got here? What fits this car the best? That's simple, but I'm gonna see if maybe I can try links. This might actually be a good one. Oh, I can't. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with that then. I'm gonna get an aftermarket one then. Yeah, aftermarket spoiler will do. But I'll probably get the links. Yeah, that fits it. And I'll get some paint. What have we got? I can make it white. Doesn't look bad in white, to be honest. Black. Yeah, I like the look of that in white, to be honest. It looks pretty nice. Right, what have we got then? We haven't even unlocked stripes for some reason. But tribal body mount should be handy here. Yeah, I could do with that. It's nice and simple. That's the sort of thing you want in a car like this, I guess. Yeah, I can do that. I can go with that. It's simple, but it works. It's effective. I think I'll add another one though. Right, let's see if I can get something that covers mainly my top part. Well, that does. I might actually need to get my nunchuck for this bit. Yeah, because my nunchuck isn't attached to it. So I have to attach the nunchuck just to basically see where everything is. Oops. Hang on. There we go. Nah, that's a bit too much, isn't it? Let's see if I can get some flames, but I might actually be able to put some on the front, which might be cool. I mean, that looks cool, but so does that, to be honest. But I'm looking for something a little bit smaller. Let's see if I can go with something else. Hang on, what was that? That might work. So yeah, if I move it, I can probably put it on the... There we go. Right, so if I move this down here, then I can actually maybe get something that looks pretty decent. I'm bringing it up a little bit. Just want it to end at a point. Actually, I might scale it down a bit. And I can move it a bit further. That should do. Just something simple, I guess. Yeah, that should do. I think that looks alright for Mitsubishi. I guess I'll install some more aftermarket parts. Wheels. Let's see if we can find something that fits this car. I mean, there's a lot of wheels that can fit this car, but I want to see. What was that? That looks pretty nice. Not gonna lie. To be honest, I would rather put that on a exotic than on a tuner. Not gonna lie. So I mean, those wheels look pretty good. That looks pretty good. Yeah, I think I might actually go with one of these. That one's a bit too much. I think this one goes. Yeah, this one probably is the best one to go for. It might not be the best one to go for, but it's what I'm going for, so yeah. I guess I can get some exhaust tips even if I can't really do anything with them. Yeah, there we go. I think that's everything. I'll just check. Not going to bother with a roof scoop. Yep, there we go. And now we have a fully customised Evo. Well, not fully customised, but time to finish off the last few races. Speed trap. So this will be a lot easier now that I have some upgrades. Yeah, that car looks alright. I mean, if I wasn't streaming, I'd probably do a bit more with it, maybe, I don't know, but oh, nice. Here we have nitrous now, so we can get a good speed trap. Oops, yeah, I went a bit too fast there, but I was trying to get that speed trap. Yeah, this is actually pretty damn fast. Especially with nitrous. Yeah, definitely giving it the right tuning. Yeah, in case you're wondering why I'm hitting the walls, it's because I'm trying to focus on hitting the speed traps. That's why. I won't lose much speed on this corner. Whoops, although I did get 81 there. Not the best, oh well. was a bit... I think I overdid that one, didn't I? But I can pull out of that one pretty quick. Yeah, that went well. Oh, really? He was right up our arse as well, wasn't he? How he got up our arse, I have no idea. Today really isn't my day, is it? It really isn't. Whoops. How am I fucking up here? Well, yeah, that went well. Like, they place it right before a corner. So you're gonna just slam into the wall right after you hit the freaking knife just to get the most speed out of it. But yeah, like, I'm getting pretty unlucky with these races at this point. Like, last minute catch-ups from the AI. So you think you're doing really well, and then the AI tell you otherwise. At least there's a shortcut after this one. Yeah, that one's a bit tricky. Yeah, if he wasn't up our ass, we probably could have won, but he was. Oh, that was difficult, was that one. But yeah, you can clearly tell that the difficulty really goes up at this point in the game. Yeah, we did it that time. I really don't care that my territory is getting under attack anymore. I really don't. Looks like I have to do the checkpoint regardless. This will be fun. But yeah, I think we can agree that the game isn't perfect, but I don't think that's a problem. Like, even though this game does have some balancing issues, I don't think that it makes the game terrible. Like, other Need for Speed games have their own fair share of problems as well, and this one, to me, is still my favourite one, despite its flaws. It's like, Need for Speed Most Wanted, as much as that game gets praised, it has way more flaws than this. Like, yeah, sure, the AI are really... You could argue that the AI are rubber bandy, but at least you're racing, like, Corvettes and not Fiat Puntos. Like, because in a freaking... In Most Wanted, you get overtaken by a Fiat Punto so easily. Like, if you're in a, like, Porsche or a freaking Lamborghini Murcielago, and then you can just get overtaken by a Fiat Punto. It's stupid, it's ridiculous. I mean, yeah, you could argue, well, they get fully upgraded, but it just means that there's no identity in any of the cars, because you can just basically install Jumpman parts onto them and make them all equally as good. Pretty much. Whereas in this game, all the cars have their own characteristics, in a way. I mean, like, the best car in the game, a lot of people have said, is the Lotus, because it's so small, and because it's so small, it means that it doesn't connect to walls as easy. So, yeah. So it makes sense that the Lotus will probably be the best car in Need for Speed Most Wanted, because if you install Jumpman parts on it, then yeah, it goes really fast. So yeah, you either have a balanced game where every car feels the same, or a game like this where it's like, the way I like to call it is, you have cars that are really hard to play as, and cars that are really easy to play as. And this car that I'm driving now is really easy to play as, whereas the Plymouth Hemi Cuda is really hard to play as, if that makes sense. Like, this car is just easy peasy, lemon squeezy, pretty much. Just, it might as well drive itself, because that's what it feels like half the time. That's another car that people seem to like, the Toyota Supra. It has a bit of oversteer though. Oh yeah, I definitely don't want to do the checkpoint race. Let's do the speed trap then. Before we tackle the last boss. I probably want to upgrade this car a bit more before that happens actually. Apparently a lot of people beat the last boss in this car, so it shouldn't be too bad to... It shouldn't be too hard to beat him. But it will be difficult, because, like, it's always a difficult race, is that final race. Harder than the one in Most Wanted, like, that one's a joke. Especially considering the fact that, like, you've just beaten Bull, which is just so much harder. And then you fight Razor, and it's just like, what? This is a joke. Like... This is an absolute joke. This is... You're kidding, right? Like, this guy crashes into every car that he passes. Whereas the final boss of this game is actually really challenging. Not in the... Like, the first race against him isn't too hard, but the canyon race against him is ridiculously hard. Like, it really is. But I tried to turn, like, too early, but yeah, that didn't work well. But yeah, like, the regular race against him isn't too hard. But the canyon race is. And you'll see why. I think I slowed down a bit too much there. Yeah, speed traps. All about that nitrous, pretty much. At least if you're in the tuner. But yeah, you'll see what I mean when I show you the final boss. Look, yeah, I knew that was going to... I saw that coming from a mile away. I saw that coming from a mile away and was just like... I'm going to crash into that wall, aren't I? And there's nothing I can do about it. Appreciate if you weren't in front. There we go. Because sometimes your crew members can screw you if they finish the race first when they have a lower speed score than you. And it can be a bit of a pain, but yeah. And that's basically the final boss. Well, I might as well race this. Two Dodge Challengers? Well, it should be possible. They're not the hardest. It's not a Corvette or a Dodge Viper. And I have a shortcut right at the start of the race, so that'll give me an instant advantage. So yeah, like... I'm gonna need to still upgrade this car, max it out before I race that final boss, because I know the final boss is a bitch to deal with, so yeah. Like, the first time I beat the last boss, I beat him in the Dodge Viper, and I overtook him on the canyon. But when you see the canyon that you have to do, the actual track that you have to do, then you'll see how difficult it really is. But let's put it this way, I came so close to falling off the edge. So very close, but I overtook him and I just won just before I was about to fall off the edge, and that's how I beat the final boss the first time. I'm not even kidding. But yeah, it's pretty tough, so we'll see how well I do against him. Might take quite a few tries. Always takes a few tries for me to do, at least the canyon one. Like, if you haven't found the rest of the game challenging up until that point, you will find that race challenging. Oh, you will. And that's why I want to max out my car, because I know that it's going to be really rough if I don't. But yeah, I'm used to using drift tires, because drift tires, I'm just used to them more. I'm used to sliding around. Like, grip is just not my thing, really. I like to have my rear end out a little. It's especially useful to have drift tires when you're in first person perspective, I'd say. Yeah, this shouldn't be too hard. And it wasn't. Now I just need to see where the upgrades are. Any race that has upgrades I will do. Right, what's this? That's a transmission upgrade, tier 3. Well, I'm not really sure this is a race, like a drift car, but we'll see. It's more of a racing car, really. It's a bit like the RX-7, but the tier 3 version. Yeah, it's definitely not the best. It's all about building up speed more so. Right, it's definitely no 350Z, that's for certain. That went alright though. Yeah, you have to like, kind of like be a bit careful with it, but if you are, you can get some good points with it by the looks of it. Oops. Yeah, that's a nice 41k to start off with. Oh, that's a close one. Yeah, nearly off the edge there. Yeah, if I let go of the accelerator there and then put it back on, that might... oh, fuck. Just right at the end, I fucked it up. And yeah, I was a bit ambitious there. Thought I could really get some good points there, but completely missed out on that one. Yeah, the barrier things that break, the breakable barriers, the thing about those things is that you can usually, yeah, you can usually like just hit your tail end on them and it doesn't really make you lose points. Shouldn't be too difficult to do this. If I snake a little bit. Especially now I have drift tires on. It's the good thing about these canyon sprints, you can like do these little snaking maneuvers and get like crazy multipliers. There we go. It's not too bad, but it's definitely not made for drifting, this car, it's made for racing. But it gets the job done. Right, what's this? Turbo Street, yeah, we don't need that one. Don't really need that one. Yeah, I'll get all the like racing package things because it might actually be handy to get them. Even though it might be boring to do a checkpoint race. Wii version, I'm playing the Wii version. You can tell by the wheel at the bottom. I find the Wii version to be a lot of fun because you can like, you use the Wii remote, but yeah, I'm sure the GameCube version's pretty good though as well. I mean, you can't go wrong with the GameCube, but if I was playing on the GameCube, I'd pick there's like plenty of racing games on that console. So yeah, like it'd be difficult for this game to compete with the GameCube. I haven't played the PC version. It's like I looked at it online. It's very expensive, like crazy expensive. And at the same time, I'm not buying it off Steam because that means giving EA money, so or whatever, or Origin or whatever. I'm not buying it off there, so yeah, I'm not gonna do that. But I'm sure it's pretty cool because you get all the mods and stuff. I have seen people play on the PC version, so it looks pretty cool. All the crazy stuff people have done. But yeah, I'm all right with the Wii version. Like, I mean, I have played other ones on other consoles, so yeah. But yeah, never played these games on PC. It's like I had Most Wanted on PS2, but I don't have Carbon on PS2, which is kind of odd. But yeah, I think it'd be a different experience. Well, yeah, I guess you could do that. But yeah, I've already got this version, so it's not really a big deal. But yeah, this is a really boring checkpoint, but it was easy enough. Like, I can't imagine playing a racing game on keyboard. Like, I played Euro Truck Simulator with a keyboard, but that's about it. Just trying to see if I have missed any, like, unlockable performance kits. No, I think I've got them all. Unless this is one. No. Right, I'm going to just upgrade my car and then I'm going to fight the last boss. So yeah, you came just in time for me to end it, pretty much. But yeah, the cars that I usually use in this game, like, I don't usually use this car, believe it or not. Like this car is pretty popular, but like, a lot of people use it. I can kind of see why, but I don't usually use this car. I usually use, like, for example, the car that I like to use a lot. Oh, I don't want understeer. I think it'll be just right that. But the car that I use a lot the most is the Dodge Viper. I like using that car. And I also like to use the Lamborghini Murcielago as well. Yeah, that's another car I like to use. No, I haven't played Hot Pursuit. I stopped playing Need for Speed games after this, basically. I stopped playing a lot of... I stopped playing EA games when they started to do all their scummy business practices and stuff. This was the last Need for Speed... Well, actually, no, that's a lie, because I did buy some other Need for Speed games second-hand at my local game store. I bought Need for Speed 2015 and I bought Need for Speed Most Wanted 2012, and I got those second-hand. So yeah. And yeah, they weren't any good. But yeah, like, Hot Pursuit doesn't really seem to interest me personally. I'm sure that is fun, but I don't know, like, the best thing about this game for me, I like the physics of this game personally. I like the fact that it's got, like, lots and lots of corners as well. And I like the fact that you have the customization as well. Those are the things that make this game appeal to me the most. Whereas Hot Pursuit, from what I've seen, is a lot of straights and all that lot, and it's just like not really my kind of thing. Yeah, this race is really easy because like the AI really suck at canyon sprints. I don't know why, but they really do. They take it so slowly. I mean, granted, I am in a tuner, but even when I'm not, like, this is a bit too easy here. Yeah, I'm just trying to read the comments at the same time as driving. Bonus feature in the cutscenes and facial animations. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah. Yeah, there's none of that in the Wii version. The Wii version is pretty weird because there's no traffic in the single-player races, and to be honest, I prefer that because traffic is just annoying in racing games. I just don't like it. I like to have my races traffic-free, but that's just me. That's another reason why I like this version as well, because not having traffic is really nice. That way you can focus on the cornering and stuff, and like, I just find it a little bit more fun personally. That way it has a bit of everything that I want, like, whilst not having things that I don't want. Yeah, that one's easy. This one's a bit tougher, this next race. But yeah, I don't know if it was the same thing in the Xbox 360 and PS3 versions of it, but all I know about those versions is they have microtransactions in them. And he's just going to knock me into the wall. Thanks for that. Oh, whoa. My Wii remote just disconnected. Like, and I'm supposed to be advocating for the Wii version. So a lot of people don't like the Wii version. I don't know why. Well, actually I know why, because it's difficult to get used to at first. Hang on, am I running out of battery power for my Wii remote? Oops, no, don't with stars. Because if I am, then I'm going to have to get some new ones. But yeah, my chair's a bit fat. Yeah, I'm going to have to get some new batteries, so... Fortunately, there should be some nearby. It's weird, there's... Oh, here we are. Oh, hang on a minute, these are like... not the right ones. This could be a problem. Yeah, I've got different batteries for different things. Yeah, so much for advocating for the Wii version. And then I run out of batteries right after saying that. That's like perfect timing right there. Yeah, I don't think I have any, to be honest. I'll see how long I can carry on with this, but... maybe it won't be so bad. Oh yeah, the Darius Canyon race in this game is really tough. Let's hope that it's not a battery problem and that it was just my Wii remote wasn't connecting or something. Now I have a long way to catch up to these guys. Now if I recall, this is a really long straight, so I can just go at really high speeds and then just corner quickly, and yeah. That's probably one of the longest straights in the game. Yeah, I don't think it was my controller, to be honest. I don't think it was my batteries, to be honest. I think it was my controller that was the problem. The thing about this race is that there's always someone that's far in front. And you have to basically catch up to them. And then there's the other two are usually in the back, but because my controller's been fucked up, I have to catch up now. I could have taken that shortcut as well. No, it's no big deal, I guess. Because these guys are really far ahead. It's not going to be an easy one, this, but we'll see how it ends. They might be too far ahead, I'm not sure. And my Wii remote's disconnected again. Great. Don't know what's up with this Wii remote at all. Yeah, this is really messing up. I honestly don't know what's going on here. I swear I had some other batteries. I don't know where they've gone. Honestly, I don't know where they disappeared to. Yeah, I'll probably restart this because that just went horribly wrong. Let's put it this way. This is a very bad time to be running out of batteries if I am. Yeah, this time I will take the shortcut without you smashing into me. Yeah, this is definitely a battery issue. Let's see if I can get... because there's another battery here. I'm not sure if this has anything in it. Nope, it doesn't. Nothing in there. This is the best time to run out of batteries ever. And I swear I had some batteries as well, but they just disappeared. I usually have some spares. These were big ones as well. But yeah, this is definitely not my day at all. So yeah, I've got no batteries. Trying to win this race with basically constantly disconnecting my controller because batteries are going flat. I don't think this is happening. I think this is going to be over soon. Yeah, if it disconnects again, then I'm just going to call the stream because there's just no point. Yeah, fuck it. I'm just going to have to call the stream. I don't have any batteries, so yeah. I don't know if this will work. I'll do a trial and error. See if this battery works. If it doesn't, then yeah. But yeah, I did have a load of batteries and they just disappeared. Actually, this seems to be oh, what's going on now? This isn't looking good. This is the one problem with the Wii, and this is the one reason why the Wii as a console wasn't very good. Like, having to constantly have battery power just to use the controller, it's just... And it does suck up a lot of battery power as well, does this controller. Like, a lot of battery power. So, yeah. And hey, Kara, whatever that name is, I can't read. But I'm having problems, and it might cause the stream to end soon. Unfortunately. I mean, he's in the same camera I'm in, so yeah. It's no surprise that he's in front of me. I guess I'm just gonna have to get lucky on this and pray that my controller doesn't die in the middle of the race. Again. Because that's the problem, you see. Now I have to catch up to them again. And that's going to be ridiculously hard to do. Yeah, they just use nitrous on every single freaking corner. Oh, that went well. Yep, I'm going to restart. Let's try not to have my controller disconnect in the middle of the race again. So yeah, I'm going to have to buy some new batteries now. Great. Yep, this is the problem. Why does it seem to happen here, coincidentally? Why is it happening at the beginning of the race? And then at the end, when they pass me, like there, it stops. Like, what's actually going on? Because this is just too coincidental. How my control's disconnecting at this point of the race, and then I did the rest of that race fine. Never had a problem doing the rest of the race. Just this bit, having controller issues. It's like it should have picked its moments. Yeah, it's like, for some reason my controller doesn't like the start of this race at all. And now it's just completely just buggering up. I don't actually know if it's a battery issue, to be honest, because you'd think if it was the batteries that they would be yeah, that's what happens when you use when your batteries are low and your controller dies. You just can't make a corner. But that's the thing, is it the batteries? Because I was racing fine until this happened. Like, I was doing perfectly fine, no battery issues. Then I restart the race and then the batteries issues start again. It's just like, what is going on? And again. It's like, why do I always get these issues when I'm streaming? Instead of when I'm just playing normally? Why does all these things happen when I stream? Just don't get it. It's like every time I have to freaking connect the Wii remote all the time. I don't actually know if it is to do with the batteries. But to do that I actually have to look. No, it is to do with the batteries. It is. Yeah, this is bad. This is really bad. Yeah, this is bad. I'm gonna have to call the stream. Sorry guys, but I'll have to do it another time. Because this is just unplayable at this point. I suppose I can see if I can find any batteries somewhere, but yeah, I'll see if I can find any batteries, so yeah, I'll be right back. that should have solved the problem. Hopefully. Well, I'll be able to see. Yeah, let's see if it has solved the problem. Yes, it has solved the problem. But yes, I got some new batteries out of my clock pretty much, so well, because can't find any batteries anywhere, so decided to get some out of the clock. So we can finish the race today. Makes things a lot easier. And then stream it again and set it all up again and all that lot. Even though I had to like take off OBS for a bit. But yeah. This race shouldn't be too hard now that I have a controller that properly works. But yeah. It is a bit challenging as this race, I'm not gonna lie, because they are up your ass waiting for you to make a mistake. But yeah, if you can, it's all about staying as fast as you can, pretty much. That's what this is all about. But yeah, I can just, oops, I'm a bit too fast around that corner. But yeah, we can finally do this. Yeah, it won't be too difficult now. After this race, we've raced the last boss, so yeah. There's really not much else to this race, to be honest. But yeah, this race is basically like all around the entire world, pretty much. Like we're in Kempton now, and you go from like Silverton, Kempton, like I think a bit of Fortuna as well, and a bit of downtown. So yeah, you go everywhere pretty much in this race. Actually, I think it ends in Silverton. Yeah, it ends in Silverton. Pretty much. But yeah, it's a very long race. But nothing too difficult in this car. Cheeky son of a bitch. This is another section where you can go really fast. That's probably why she passed me there. Because it was a straight. We're nearly done now. And there we go. Now we can do the final race. Yep, yeah, so listen to this shitty music again.
You know I spent that money that you got framed for. I bought Nikki everything that you couldn't.
The best way to describe this guy's car is it's like a tuner and an exotic combined, in the sense that it's ridiculously fast, but it also handles like a tuner, so yeah. It's the best way to describe him. So yeah, hey, how's it going, the exotic? You joined at the right time, because this is the last race. I just had some controller issues, well, I just had some battery issues I had to deal with before all this, so yeah. Hasn't been going that well. But yeah, this first race isn't too difficult. Although he did just take that shortcut, which is a bit annoying. But there is another shortcut. There's a lot of shortcuts in this race that you can take. But yeah, he handles his car pretty well. And his car actually does have good handling. It really does. I'd argue it handles better than my car, even. Yeah. God, that went well. Yeah, having that thing in my face isn't helping me win. This time I am going to take the shortcut because I know he is, so yeah. But yeah, this race is basically just your typical normal race on the street bit, which isn't too difficult. It's the next race which is a pain in the ass. So the question is, should I take this shortcut here? Yeah, I think I should. It's a pretty cool shortcut though, for the final race. Yeah, just need to get past this shortcut and then yeah, I think it's plain sailing really after this. He like likes to waste a lot of time just going around that corner there. But yeah, this is what I like to call the shortcut race because there's just tons of shortcuts on this track. Like, it's crazy. And that's basically the key to winning, really. And they're all really easy to take as a shortcuts. There's no real difficult shortcut. So yeah, that race is pretty easy. The next race is not. Get ready for a lot of retries, that's all I'm going to say. Because this race is an absolute bitch to do. Yeah, this is the bit that I've been dreading this entire stream, pretty much. This one race. Yeah, it's just all corners. There's nothing but hairpin turns the whole way. Like, as I say, this is where I overtook him and beat him in the dodge bag, but I just passed him and then just ended the race when I was, like, just before that hairpin turn. I was just about to fall off the cliff, but I won before I did, so yeah. I didn't do the rest of this when I first did it. Yeah, this is going to be a very close race regardless of what happens. And yeah, he's faster than you, so there's really not much you can do on the straights at all. There is another point where you can overtake him, but it's very hard to do so. Because this track is filled with hairpin turns. And straights, which is just perfect for him because he has good handling and very good. This one's a very tricky corner. Like, he has very good handling and very good speed, so yeah. This is the bit where you can overtake him, but I don't think I'm going to be doing that. But I can get near him. Yeah, you can go really fast down here, but there is going to be a corner coming up. And another one which is a lot harder. Yeah, I've memorised this track pretty much. I know this track so well because I've redone it so many freaking times. It's a pain in the arse. .140 is not too bad, I guess. But now I have to go downhill. This is going to be fun. And yeah, he'll eat away at your points because he's super quick, so yeah. It all comes down to this pretty much. go. I'm using OBS at the moment. OBS is probably the simplest one to use as far as I'm concerned, plus it's free, so yeah. And I am recording from a capture card, so basically just plug in OBS, plug in capture card. Yeah, that's basically the gist of it. But I don't plug in OBS. And as for capture card, it's a pretty shitty one, to be honest. It's a not really sure what it's called. Climax Studios, Climax Digital one or something. Nothing special. Pretty much, it's basic capture card. I always stick with the basic stuff, pretty much. The best thing to do here would probably be to let him hit me, but that doesn't seem to be happening at this point. Right, if I can get some speed up here, I might actually be able to minimise for a bit. That'll be very handy. Oh shit, he's getting close, but because he passed me and hit me, he's given me additional points. So actually, I've done this first time, which isn't bad. Yeah, that is literally the first time I've actually won this race. Well, actually, no, there was another time, but yeah. Like, can't believe I won the race that easily. Honestly, I can't. But then again, I am driving the Mitsubishi Evo, so yeah. But yeah, that's the end. Really not much to say about this cutscene, it's just the ending cutscene, I guess. And because EA want to copyright claim everybody who shows the cutscenes, I guess, it's probably a better idea to like skip the cutscene. I think we all know what happens at the end. Actually, you know what, fuck it, I'll just show it. It's not that big of a deal. But yeah.
The keys are in the car.
That's the first time I've ever beaten... Well, not the first time, but yeah. Let's put it this way, I'm surprised that I beat the race, like, first time with no retries. Because that race is a bitch to do. But I did get lucky and he did slam into me at the end. But yeah, that's basically the end of the game. Pretty much. There's really not much else to it. I might as well say changes to my alias. Why not? So yeah, that's the end of the game. And yeah, I guess that's kind of where the stream ends, I suppose. Unless you want me to carry on, I can do a few more races, I suppose. Might try racing another car, I don't know. Yeah, I might actually... What I'll do is I'll try racing in a different car and see how well it goes, and then I'll call it. Well, I could play it, I suppose, at one point, but I won't be able to finish it because that game's long as hell. But yeah, it is a possibility that I could play that game. But is there a way to get shut of the credits? That'd be really handy, because it is wasting time. But yeah, at some point I might do that. I might do Need for Speed 2015. Not 2015, 2005, Most Wanted. Yeah, I could do that. But like, it's been a while since I played that game though. Like, I played this game a lot, whereas Most Wanted I haven't really played much of it. Like I beat it and that was it, and not really done another playthrough of it. So, but I played this game a ton of times. And it's always fun to go back to playing this game, so I did enjoy playing through it, even though the last bit was a bit of a pain in the neck, mainly because of the controller. That didn't help at all. But yeah, also the Plymouth Hemi-Cuda was definitely not a good car to drive with on a stream. That's one thing I've definitely learned. But other than that, Like, as I say, the Mitsubishi isn't bad. It's a bit boring, but it got the job done, so, yeah. I don't know what you guys like in this game, what cars you guys picked, but I picked the Dodge Viper and the Murcielago, but I like to use a bit of both. Those are the cars that I usually use, and I also like to use the Subaru as well. Those are my three favourites in this game, but I decided to do something different with this one. And try cars I didn't usually drive with, and believe it or not, I never used the Mitsubishi Lancer until this point. So yeah, this is the first time I used the Lancer, and I'm betting that some of you have already used it before, so you probably know what this car's like and that it's good, but I just like to try different things, and I think I've used more or less every car now. I'm not sure if there's any car that I still haven't used. That's something I'll have to think about. It's like, I haven't really, to be fair, I haven't really used the Clio that much. Like, I have used the Clio a bit, but I haven't used it as much as, like, I should. Mainly because I'm not a fan of Renaults, but maybe I'll use that at one point. Yeah, what I need to do at some point off stream is just basically replay this game again and try all of the really shitty cars and see if I can beat the game with them. That's something I really should do. It'd be fun. And challenging as well. But yeah, the worst cars in this game, probably there it is, Shelby and GT500 are registered trademarks, yeah. And they're also piles of thickness. Pile of shit is that car, like Shelby GT500 is just garbage. I'm definitely going to be driving that car if I do that playthrough. And probably play like with the Aston Martin DB9, because I think that car's trash as well. And also the Chrysler 300C, that's a pretty shitty car as well. Right, so I'm just going to do a race and buy another car and do a race in it, pretty much. Because I might as well do something else, why not? But I'm just going to buy another car first and just see what it's like. And then I'll do one of the races that I haven't done. So yeah, we've got a lot of choice now. Oh god. Do I really want to drive this now? Because this car is terrible. It really is. Yeah, I kind of want to play with the Dodge Viper for a bit, because this car is really awesome as well. Yeah, I'll drive this car for around a bit, because it is my favourite car in the game, so I might as well take it for a spin, do a race in it. Yeah, I can do this. So yeah, I'll just finish things off with the Viper, why not? You watch, there'll be a Corvette that I have to race against in this race. That'll be fun, considering the fact that I haven't upgraded this Viper at all. Yeah, it's fine. It's just a it's just a Skyline and a Supra, that's it. So yeah, this shouldn't be too difficult. Just need to remember to brake on the corners. But yeah, the good thing about this car is it can pass things. You have to brake in advance because this car's handling is so crazy. But yeah, its acceleration is really good though. I'm gonna see if I can handle this thing, or how well I can handle it. Yeah, you can see how this car is like. It's like driving a freaking bull. No wonder No wonder it has a, like the Dodge, like logo has a bull on it, because that's exactly what this car feels to drive. It feels like you're riding a bull, because it's like hard to control, but very fast and deadly. But that's what makes it exciting to drive. Unlike the Mitsubishi Lancer. Oops, I think that was not good of me for that one. But oh well. But yeah, I really do like this car a lot. Yeah, I really should have used the brakes there on that exit. But yeah, when you tune this car especially, it can be really good. Right. It takes a while to get going. Oh, the police are going to make things a bit more interesting by the looks of it. Now that's something that's fun to see, a cop chase with the Viper. That's always fun. So if you want to see a cop chase with the Viper, you're about to see it. But yeah. Yeah, I couldn't not use the Viper when I'm playing this game. I had to use it at least once. But yeah, it can accelerate really quickly, especially when it's fully upgraded. It's just crazy. But yeah, like, this is going to be interesting. But yeah, cop chases in this game are still pretty good in my book. While they might not have the helicopters like they do in Most Wanted, I still think they're alright. Although I am on level 1 at the moment. Ah, screw it, I'll just try and immobilise the bastard. Oh, no. That was a failure. I tried to ram into him, but no, it wasn't happening. Now he's just going to try and knock me into that car. Yeah, I can finish it off. And there's another one in front of me. Yeah, we immobilised him. Yeah, this guy isn't the smartest of cops. But it's heat level 1, so as you'd expect. Never really got a chance to get to heat level 5. That's where the action begins. But yeah, that should probably do it for Need for Speed Carbon. I guess I'll do a sprint, why not? Oh, and I can also reclaim that territory that I didn't get, so yeah. There's a little bit more that I can do, I guess. Maybe. Gives me an excuse to drive the Viper a bit more. It's like, see you suckers. And then I hit a corner right after that. Yeah. Oh, thanks for that. Oh, nice, a long straight. Yeah, it's over for you two now. Yeah, it's 170. Like, the moment that straight happens, this car just flies by. And that's it. That's why it's the best car. But yeah, I really do love driving this car a lot, although that shortcut could have been a bit cleaner. Let's hit this one. Yeah, this car is really good. Like, requires a bit of skill to handle, but it's really fast. Seems to be a thing about Dodge Vipers and Ford GTs. Like, they usually end up being like some of the better cars in Need for Speed games. It's either one or the other. Right, now there's two races, aren't there? Yeah, I can do this one, and then I'll do the other one, and then I'll call it after that. But yeah, at least I finished the game. That's one thing. Yeah, still not the best car to drive when you're doing a stream though, but I thought I'd have a bit of fun, why not? It would help if my ally wasn't in the way though. This car sucks in Most Wanted though, like, it really does, like, compared to what it is in this game. It's not the worst car ever though, like, it's still usable, but compared to this game, yeah, it's not that great. Yeah, I've hit my max speed already. That's the max speed of a Dodge Viper that's stock and not being tuned. 182, pretty much. Like, it's very easy to reach your top speed in this car because of how fast it accelerates. But yeah, this is easy stuff really. It's never too difficult when you're in a Viper, really. Even though this guy's pushing me. But he just can't get past me. He just can't match my speed. But you can see why I was having such a hard time against that Viper earlier on with this car speed. Like, it was going like, it just went like from 160 to 140 around that corner. Like, that's freaking crazy compared to like the stock Plymouth. Like, there's a huge difference. Like, this car is vastly superior to the Plymouth in every single way. So yeah, just one more, oh, there's two more races. I'm going to get all my territory back before I finish things off. That's what I'm going to do. So, speed trap and circuit. Pretty smooth circuit, I'll do the circuit. Oh, it looks like I'm up against the other muscles. But this time I'm in a muscle, although it isn't fully upgraded, unfortunately. But yeah, this car is definitely a lot of fun. Like, I don't usually use this when I want to drive clean. I usually use the Murcielago for that, because you're not going to drive clean in this. Unless you're really good at the game, it's going to be very hard to do so. you're going to slam into walls all the time. Like, if you want to drive clean in this car, it's not the easiest thing to do, and you might end up losing a lot of speed using the brakes trying to slow this thing down. Put simply, this is like the perfect car on straights, really. Well, actually no, I'd say the Lamborghini would probably beat it in terms of speed, so it's not really the best on straights. But this is probably the best car to overtake in the canyon, because its acceleration is tremendous. It is. As I say, that's how I beat Darius for the first time. It did take me a few tries though to beat him when I did it in the Viper, which is funny how it only takes one try to beat him in the Lancer. Maybe it's because I was trying to overtake him, but that was the strategy I used at the time. So yeah, you can't really blame me on that one. Yeah. Already hit its max speed, it just refuses to go any higher. It will do if you tune it though. Like, this is probably a good car to put some speed on it, to be honest. Like, so it can hit 200 and that, because if you give this car some speed, it really does go fast. But it depends on what you want to do, I guess. But at this point it's not being tuned or upgraded or anything like that, so yeah. Yeah, I knew I was going to slam into that wall. Otherwise I'd have to use the brakes, but it was worth it to slam into the wall because this isn't exactly a racing sim, is it? So yeah, I wouldn't have lost half as much speed if I was trying to do it clean. But yeah, you can just stay ahead of the pack so easily in this car. The only car this poses a threat to, well, there's two. That's the Audi, the final boss's Audi, and the Corvette. That's it. And maybe other Dodge Vipers. But everything else, this car just steamrolls them. Pretty much. Even when it's stock, this car is just really good. Although, now I've just been passed by a freaking, I think it's a Corvette. I think that's what it is. But it was close. It was a close one. But that's a Corvette, so what do you expect? I think it was. Yep, it was a Corvette. That's why we lost that one. That's how good Corvettes are in this game, as I say. Well, when the AI drives them. Other than that, the Corvette isn't much different than this. It really isn't. Just barely beat me there. But Corvettes are always a bitch to deal with, no matter what guy you're driving. Wouldn't be so bad if the AI's Corvette handled like this, like I handled this Viper. I still think this car is better than the Corvette in a lot of ways, but considering how easy the AI handles the Corvette, yeah, the Corvette is probably better for the AI, but for the player, I'd argue this car is better. Because it has more acceleration, and as such you can tune it more to your liking. But even when it's stock, this car is still really good stock. It's just not good enough to beat a Corvette easily. But yeah, that Corvette really took the piss, didn't it? Whoops. It's always at the last minute as well. But yeah, that is a Corvette, definitely. But yeah, I just got a bit unlucky at the end, pretty much. The fact that I'm ahead of that Corvette now just sums up how good this car is. Seems that I'm doing really well on the boss races, but, well, aside from the first bits, but like all of the like main races in this game, I'm doing like all of the like big boss races in this game I'm doing pretty well, but I've been doing pretty well, but the actual like regular races I've been doing terrible at in this game. Like even the regular canyons I've had problems with, so yeah, which is kind of odd. And it's like racing a Corvette is just as hard as racing Darius, on the street. Well, it's harder than racing Darius' street race. Not sure about his canyon race, but yeah, they are ridiculously good. Yeah, I'm not even using the brake at this point. Like, it's just a lot. Like, if I'm racing a Corvette, using the brakes is just a no-no. I might as well just hit the walls. That's basically what it's like to race against a Corvette. Like, they're just so fast that you're just better off just hitting the walls in a Dodge Viper, really, than driving clean. Especially when you're up against a Corvette. Just basically, don't be afraid to hit the walls, because it loses less speed than it would if you actually use the brakes. And that way you can get straight back to accelerating. It's kind of weird like that, but that's the way this car works. I mean, if I wanted to, I could just use speed brake and make this a joke, but yeah, we've won this time. I guess it kind of helps that we didn't have my AI in the front, like my AI helper in the front. It doesn't really help at all. Right, so this is the last one. We've got a circuit or a checkpoint. I know what I'm doing. I'm not doing a checkpoint, screw that. It's boring. Right. This shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, it'll be an easy one, this one. I think they might have Plymouth Hemi Cruisers, actually. If they do, then that's funny. They look pretty old, like, lowrider type cars. Yeah, this car's just so good. It really is. As long as you're on a straight, it's just goes flying. But when on a corner, yeah, you have to brake a lot, but it can build its speed back up pretty quickly. And in most cases, that's a pretty good thing. The only hard part is if there's just too many hairpin turns. Like in a Street X, for example, this car would be absolutely dreadful. Yeah. I usually turn off those jump cams because they're annoying. Thankfully I didn't hit my eye there. That would have been bad. But yeah, you want to get it out of the drift as fast as possible, and then you want to, then it'll start going. Yeah. Yeah, this car feels really fast to drive as well. But yeah, as you can see, if you want to do it clean, you're going to drop a lot of speed, but then you pick it back up afterwards. I find it interesting how I've stuck with Neville for the entire time, and I've never taken him out. Usually I'd swap him out for Samson, but because, well, I couldn't be bothered at this point, so yeah. Because usually I'm trying to get as much money as possible, and Samson gives you more money for winning races. So I usually use him, but, and funnily enough, he actually drives a Plymouth Hemi Cuda. So yeah, it's weird how he's like been here for the entire time. Well, actually I did use Sal at one point, to be fair, but I just swapped him back out for Neville because he was being annoying. But yeah, got some cop action, or so it seems. Yeah, I really don't like all of the automatic camera shit in this game, and the jumps and shit. Oh, Another Corvette. Wonderful. The Corvettes just love to race me, don't they? They love to throw Corvettes at me in this game, don't they? This is going to be a close one, isn't it? Freaking Corvette right at the end. We can do this. Just need to take that corner first, and there we go. Oh wait, I've got cops to deal with as well. But yeah, we've got all the territories now, so that basically means we win. Oh, the cops have lost me. So all I need to do is sit about and admire my Viper, I guess. Oh, there's a guy who's coming over there. So I'm going to just go to the hiding spot if I can get there. And then it's pretty much over. But yeah, I don't know about doing the race with Darius in this. Like, it did take me a few tries when I beat it the first time, and would be pretty difficult considering the fact that he has pretty good acceleration as well. So yeah. But yeah, that's the end of Need for Speed Carbon. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.